Hello, welcome back to episode 12 of the Flexin podcast. We took a week hiatus, but we're back now. Gone for a minute, but I'm back now.
Dozen.
Yeah, 12. Baker's dozen next week, actually. But anyway.
Why is that?
The baker bakes a dozen and then one for himself. It's 13.
Why do you know that?
Dog, I know I got a lot of stupid stuff up here.
No, that's impressive. Don't be ashamed. Be proud of yourself.
Thank you. So, this week we got not a whole lot of extra stuff this week because I know we took a week off. You would think there would be a lot of extra stuff, but
there's a lot of topics to talk about.
It's true, and stuff has been going down the last 24 hours in the NFL, so I'll be sure to update you on that.
I'm so glad that we're not just a straight up NBA podcast.
Yeah, anymore. We gotta.
It's so good that football's back.
It's next week.
I know.
I was trying to watch the Alabama game today, but I'm out of internet, so I couldn't stream it.
Not only that, but who cares?
But I wanted to see Duke.
Scrub USA?
No, Duke.
So Scrub USA?
But it was a Duke basketball team.
Oh, so they were, okay, all right. Zion was out there
game.
catching passes for some reason?
Okay, so, as it's become a tradition for some reason, fun fact, so Jacob deGrom, pitcher for the Mets, in 162 career starts, has allowed one run or no runs 74 times in his 162 starts. Can you guess the list of other players to do that in the last 100 years?
No.
That's good because there's none. He's the only pitcher to ever do that. So, there's your fun fact for this week.
I have one for you.
Let's hear
Julio
it.
Jones' nickname in high school was Waffle House. Do you know why?
Because he went to a lot of Waffle Houses?
No, because he was always open.
You know?
He said that with the most cheesy smile on his face of all time. I was like, you know what, Julio?
Of course he did.
So, before we really get into the...
Do you want corrections?
Before we do that...
before even corrections, okay, how about it?
I watched Rocky.
Yes, you did. I remember you telling me about it. What do you think?
How long has it been since you've seen that movie?
A little while.
Like, really long time?
No, a few years.
Listen,
You're saying it doesn't hold up?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I'll take that as a win.
It was worse.
Oh my God, never mind.
The acting is horrendous. Like, terrible. If he's not mumbling, he's yelling. That's it. It was either listening to Lil Wayne rap or like 80s Def Leppard music. There was no in between. So yeah, it was so like I don't understand.
You didn't feel inspired at all?
No, what's great about it? Him trying to sexually assault an autistic girl. He wouldn't let her leave. He forced to kiss her. Like all she wanted.
But she wanted to kiss him.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Did she kiss him though?
Yeah, because it was either that or get manhandled in the kitchen or whatever room that was. It was terrible. It was a terrible movie.
But the inspiration and the training montage.
No, it wasn't. No. The best part about that movie was the credits because it was over.
Well,
sorry to all you Rocky fans out there, but that movie was god awful. I sat down and I was like, all right, I'm going to give this movie a chance.
I don't think you did.
Oh, and also he's a thug, beating up people for money.
Well, he had to get his start somewhere.
Oh, you could get a real job.
Listen, back in those days.
No, he could have got a real job. Anyway.
Is that what you tell everybody? All right, fine. You know what I want to talk about?
Corrections.
Let's go to corrections. First off, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about Jordan's time with the Wizards, and we were curious on whether he made the playoffs. He did not make the playoffs with the Wizards either year.
But he played 2 years.
Yes, correct.
Why do I always think he only played 1? Probably because you try to forget him.
You try to really not.
I mean, he still put up 20 a game.
He put up 50 in the All-Star game that year.
That's gross.
Yeah.
That's like, hey, you think I'm washed up, right? Well, watch this.
So the other one was, we were talking about bullshit Skip Bayless said a long time ago. I misquoted. Going into the 2011-2012 season, Skip and Stephen A. into the 2011 and 12 season. Okay, that was the year they won their title. Neither Skip or Stephen A. had LeBron in a top 5 player, as a top 5 player in the NBA at that point. Skip had D-Wade, KD, Kobe, Dirk, and Melo in his top 5. And Stephen A. had D-Wade, Kobe, Dwight, Dirk, and KD as top 5. In 2011-12, where he won his...
Stephen A. had Kobe number 2?
Yeah.
At least somebody's thinking.
In 2011... Yeah. Anyway, and then the next season...
1 year off a title?
So, huh?
1 year off a title.
No, 2.
2 years after a back-to-back?
Anyway... So then, in 2012-2013, so LeBron won the finals, won finals MVP, and won the regular season MVP. They both still said he wasn't a top 5 player.
I mean...
No. What's your excuse? Because before, it was he choked in the finals, he didn't win the MVP, blah, blah, blah.
He did choke in the finals.
Absolutely he did, and I 100% agree. However, the next year he redeems all that, and he still can't be a top 5 player?
All that and more.
Yeah, get
that
out of here.
Heat team ran through that Thunder team like they were a bunch of scrubs.
So let me see. Okay, so we'll start with our topics this week. We're gonna get to the Andrew Luck stuff, but there's a couple things I want to cover first.
Yeah, I want to cry that we didn't get to record on Mamba Day.
Forget Mamba Day.
Whoa.
Listen, last week, listen, when I got the message that he retired, we would have been in the middle of recording. How crazy would that have been? That would have been like breaking news, dog. That would have been so cool.
I was so sad.
So I got a question for you. Okay? Which do you think you could do? Rush for a first down in the NFL, score 1 point in the NBA, or hit a pitch in the major leagues?
Score a point in the NBA.
100%, right?
I'm not rushing for a first down against them monsters.
Like I feel like, can I get Dallas's offensive line and some help?
And even then, probably not.
Like NFL gives, obviously
I would fumble the handoff. I know.
No, I'd take the handoff. But my hope is, okay, so at my absolute best, I could run like a 4.5. That's decent.
That's not
right?
bad.
If I get in the open field, maybe I can blow out a hammy trying to get 10 yards.
Sprinting at top speed just so you can run to the sideline to get out of bounds.
Like, please don't hit me, Jalen Smith. But so I agree the NBA would be your best bet because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pump fake and jump into him and get a free throw at least, right?
Go James Harden about it.
Like, this question started circulating, and I was like, that's kind of interesting. I wonder. But everybody said NBA. Like, do you know the hardest thing to do is hit a pitch?
Dog.
Like, are you kidding me? A 90 mile an hour?
Watch other athletes try to do it. That's how you know. Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. So, let's go to what's going on today, right? I want to talk about the NFL. But just today, okay? The Texans traded Jadeveon Clowney to the Seahawks for a third-round pick and 2 linebackers. So, the Seahawks are...
So, they traded him for nothing.
Yeah.
And I know when you texted me,
let me
I don't think I made it clear how sad I am that the Seahawks... I thought at least San Francisco could go, 500 this year. Now we got to play the Seahawks twice a year. You're already disheartened.
That's 2 losses. They have Bobby Wagner and Jadeveon Clowney.
Their front 7 is gross.
That's real gross. And they run the ball well?
Bro.
Good luck, man. So then the Texans did this. They traded 2 first-round picks and a second for Laramie Tunsil from the Dolphins and Kenny Stills.
They traded Laramie Tunsil? I heard the Dolphins were talking about blowing it up.
So they're going to go for the first-round pick next year, obviously, Tua.
You think Tua's going number 1?
If he has a good year, yeah.
I mean,
they're going to take a quarterback. Unless Josh Rosen is garbage, they're going to take a quarterback.
They better give him a chance. He's not even starting. Fitzmagic is starting.
Yeah, for a couple weeks, and then when
he's going to have a really good first 2 weeks, and then he's just going to do it all he always does.
And disappear.
Disappear.
So the Texans now have a bet improve their offensive line. They got a wide receiver, which they needed to back up Will Fuller because he can't stay healthy. Dude, they're not done. Houston also traded their guard to the Chiefs for Carlos Hyde. So they got a wide receiver, a left tackle,
and a running back.
They
did lose Lamar Miller, I forgot.
Yeah.
He blew out his knee, too. Mm-hmm. There's always like 3 or 4 in the preseason.
Yeah, it sucks. Let's talk about trades. I want to make you happy. Okay? So the 49ers, they haven't traded anybody yet. I'm proposing this to you. The 49ers
just lost Jerick McKinnon.
Their running back.
Again.
Tore his ACL. Oh no, that's sad.
Wait. No, you know what's sad? That we paid that dude so much money to blow his knees out twice a year.
Well, no, forget that. It's sad that you paid him in the first place, regardless of what happens to him after that. Listen, okay? The Chargers have a damn good running back.
Melvin Gordon.
Who's been given permission to seek a trade.
If we get Melvin Gordon?
Yeah. A top 7 running back?
Top 5. I mean, name 5 better than him.
Yeah. Zeke, Todd Gurley, Saquon, and then...
I'm not going to get my hopes up because...
nothing's been talked about or whispered.
This is also the same team that took defensive linemen...
Trade one of them this freaking...
Right, trade Solomon Thomas. Doesn't do anything.
Well, you could...
checked his Madden overall?
No.
He's terrible.
He wasn't a couple years ago.
Well, he's terrible now.
I remember I picked him up.
He got D Ford, so...
But you could... I'm sure the Niners have enough to get that done.
You want to do a quick Super Bowl prediction?
Not quick, but we got to talk about it.
I don't know who's coming out of the AFC, but I think
the AFC. You don't understand who's coming out of the AFC. Okay, the AFC is way easier than the NFC.
No.
Okay.
I think Chicago's coming out of the NFC.
To the Super Bowl?
Yep.
Why was that my pick, dog?
Because it makes sense. That defense, literally, all they need is to just Mitch. Now Mitch has got his feet wet in the playoffs.
He got to play a little better. Okay.
I'm not going to root for a guy named Mitch, though.
No, I'm going to argue for Trubisky. Listen, okay? Hear me out. The Bears, the NFC North. The Bears and the Packers have realistic chances. Okay.
I just don't see that. I don't see Aaron Rodgers staying healthy though.
But they've improved their offensive line.
True.
They have a real running back. Just don't sleep on Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not. I'm just saying. So I'll believe it when I see it.
That's two. The NFC East, the Eagles and the Cowboys have realistic chances. Yes, they do.
No, it's the Cowboys.
Because
they're going to pay Zeke.
Have you looked? They said that deal's going to get done this weekend.
Have you looked?
Which upsets me because Skip has been saying he's not even. He said by Labor Day the deal will be done, and if he's right, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, you want him in uniform before the first game.
He has to get in by Tuesday to get paid.
Yeah,
I'm upset.
Yeah.
First of all,
well,
second of all, so we're 4 teams deep already in the NFC.
Well, you're just winning. You're just naming division winners.
No, I'm talking about people who could win the fucking Super Bowl. Is what I'm talking about.
No, because Carson Wentz still needs to stay healthy and he still needs to play well.
I didn't say there weren't ifs. I said if everything falls their way, these are teams that. Okay, if everything falls the Dolphins' way, they get the number 1 pick. That's what I'm talking about.
NFC West, you got the Rams and the Seahawks.
That's 2 more. We're up to 6.
Although I think the Rams are going to take a step back this year. I don't see it.
We're up to 6. I'm talking 6 for 1 championship spot.
Who we got left? NFC South?
Yeah. And the NFC South is the Saints, duh. And the Carolinas a dark horse, but I'm not going to pick them. That's 7 teams. In the AFC, you have a lot of talented teams, but it's the Chiefs. It just is.
No, it ain't going to be the Chiefs.
It is, though. Mm-mm. So, they were 1 play away from beating the Patriots.
And they traded the guy that cost them
100%. They have improved their defense. Patrick Mahomes has playoff experience. That defense now has playoff experience. And they're ready to go, dog. I'm telling you. And they drafted a guy up. They drafted a kid who ran like a 4.32 or something because they didn't think they're going to have Tyreek Hill. So they added yet another speed demon on that offense.
Do they have a good running back to replace Kareem Hunt?
Damian Williams, and they drafted one. They drafted 2 guys. They had Carlos Hyde, but they traded him to the Texans. We just talked about that earlier. So I'm not sure who their running backs are going to be, but it's Damian Williams, and who's decent, who filled in really well last year. And then they have a couple backs that they're pretty happy with this preseason.
As long as they have somebody to fill up that Kareem Hunt gap.
But I think the Chiefs, I think the Chargers, you have to say the Patriots.
Always have to say the Patriots.
And all of a sudden, overnight, their wide receiver core got really good.
Did it?
Yeah. Josh Gordon came back.
Yeah.
Demaryius Thomas came back. Julian Edelman will be back week 5.
Ew.
Yeah. I'm upset. Speaking of the Patriots.
And plus, they got that.
We'll talk about the Patriots
They got
later.
that rookie guy. That rookie that they're
Oh,
saying
yeah. Hakeem Butler.
No.
Hakeem Butler plays for the Cardinals.
I can't remember what his name is.
Give me 1 second. I'll look it up here. I know he went to Iowa State. I can't remember his name. N'Keal Harry. Thank you. Yes, N'Keal Harry. That's right. Arizona State, not Iowa State. Anyway, I'm fucking up. Anyway, regardless, they got some playmakers on the wide receiving core, which is upsetting. But anyway, the Patriots.
So does Josh Gordon actually come back though? Like
yes,
he's reinstated and everything.
He just played week 4.
Did he?
Of the preseason. We'll talk more about the preseason.
I really hope he's can get on the up and up. I'm rooting for the guy, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
No, same. We talked about this last week. It's sad, and actually, Stephen A. Smith said he's not rooting for him at all.
Really?
He's like, I'm tired of it. Like,
yeah, you had a lot of opportunities.
Like, I understand you're an addict and all, but I'm sorry, I can't keep rooting for you. Which is fine, I guess, but I don't know. I want to.
It sucks to say, but I get it.
And Max Kellerman was like, I'm going to root for him no matter what. If he relapses and comes back, I'm going to cheer for him then. And if he does it again, I'm going to cheer for him again because I know that it's not like you can't just be, I'm addicted and I'm fine now. Like, it doesn't work like that. That's something you have to deal with every single day.
Well, they say if you're an alcoholic, you're a recovering alcoholic. You're never not an alcoholic.
But he's an addict. Like, it's not just alcohol.
No, I'm saying, like, I was just my example.
It's a good example for sure.
You're never not a drug addict. You're always you can't just, like, smoke one, and then that'd be good.
So, hopefully everything comes back, but I think my Super Bowl prediction is going to be Chiefs. My heart wants to say Bears, but I don't want to put myself that high. Like I can't feel that.
I don't know with that pickup. Seattle's looking nice.
Seattle's looking real good. I'm gonna go Chiefs. Oh, fuck, man.
It's to me
the NFC's the hardest.
In the AFC, it's the Chiefs to lose.
I agree.
NFC.
It's wide open.
It's wide open.
It's wide open.
I still think it's going to be the Bears, though. Trubisky just has to play.
You're going Bears and
Chiefs.
I'm going to go Chiefs. Eagles. I'm going to go Eagles. I'm going to say Carson Wentz stays healthy, and I'm going to go Chiefs, Eagles. My other thing was the Saints, but they keep finding a way to lose, so I'm not going to pick them.
Yep.
Drew Brees did not look good at the end of the year last year.
No, he's tired.
Yeah, but Tom Brady didn't look good at the end of the year last year. Nobody talks about that.
Who won the Super Bowl?
Fuck him. I hate Tom Brady. Anyway,
so do I.
You're going Chiefs Bears. God, I hope you're right. I'm going Chiefs Eagles.
I would love to see in the Super Bowl Khalil Mack try to chase down Patrick Mahomes.
Shit.
I mean, well, successfully.
He will successfully get to him at least once.
Because this is a man that pushes 300-pound grown other men with one
hand. One arm. It's so amazing.
Ugh.
It's so amazing. But the thing that scares me is the Packers have a damn good defense for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
They have a running game, and the coach who came over from Tennessee, that was the second leading rushing attack in the NFL when he was there. Now, granted, Derrick Henry and Deion Lewis had a big part of that, but still.
I'm interested to see if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, really.
It's not all his fault. They've had a bad offensive
but
line.
I'm saying, you gotta stay healthy.
So let's talk about the big thing. Andrew Luck retired out of nowhere. He retired. It was leaked. Right, it was leaked during the end of a preseason game. Adam Schefter tweeted out. I think it was 10:30 at night, so it was obviously at the end of the preseason game.
They booed him in Indy.
So here's the thing: I've listened to all the talking heads about this, and I see it both ways that they put it out there. If you listen to guys like Colin Cowherd, they're like, we can't expect the fans to rationalize it. We're talking about fans. First of all, they're at a preseason game, so they're diehards. Second of all, they're at the end of a preseason game, and third of all, they're probably pretty drunk. So you get shocking bad news when you were a Super Bowl contention.
Yeah, they were a decent team last year.
And you get shockingly bad news. Who do you expect to cheer? Right. Especially not drunk people at the end of a preseason game.
You're right.
My thing is, even then, how do you boo? Like, he didn't do it to spite you. He did it for his health.
He
and even
walked
if you
away
don't have
from $60 million.
Right.
So it had to be more than just
and the Colts stand-up organization are letting him keep all his signing guarantee.
I like that.
The Lions, for example, both other times this has happened to their franchise, made players give the money back. Give
Barry
at least
Sanders
some of it,
and Calvin.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to like. I get why they booed, but that doesn't make it okay in my eyes. Like, I don't think there's any reason you should have booed Andrew Luck. Like, I get that you're upset that he's quitting on your team or whatever, but
did you see the tweets from Steve Berline? Do you even know who Steve Berline is?
Yeah, I
former
did.
Quarterback.
He's the one who said it was weak.
He had 19 surgeries in his career, and he said he
should have played.
Can't stand behind him. Yeah, quitting on your team,
like going into battle, right?
I actually haven't watched the press conference with Andrew Luck because the last time I saw a quarterback talking like that was Peyton Manning. And, like, it was weird. Like, it was raining in my house. Like, there was just moistness on my face.
Did you really cry?
No, I didn't, but I felt it in my heart. I'm a Peyton Manning fan. I don't want to see him upset.
He's got that. His forehead's too big for me.
Well, listen. But, no, I didn't watch it. But I'm so pro the move he did. I get it. Like, he literally said, I went from you play, you get hurt, you get surgery, rehab. It's literally a vicious cycle of things that are happening that you're just like, I couldn't help it. But it was fun to watch. And the Colts are definitely going to be in the top 3 picks this year.
No.
You don't think so? Who's their quarterback?
Jacoby Brissett?
No.
Okay. He's not bad. Have you seen him?
He's all right.
Okay. He's an average quarterback, but they've improved that team so much around him.
You're right. But
it's like it's Mitch Trubisky and the Bears.
Here's my biggest problem, and me and Mo were talking about this. We got to get him on here one day.
Oh, we can try.
We were talking, and the biggest problem with the Colts was they tried to address every other issue except for that offensive line.
Right, and they got him literally. And they killed the football out of him.
They got to the point where they traded they took Quentin Nelson. Only after they fired the GM, they just kept taking.
Well, they drafted a couple. They drafted Barrett Jones, the offensive lineman from Alabama. Then the next year, I think there was
Anthony
2 years later, Costanzo. He might be the starter now. They got,
but he's like
Quentin
so-so.
No,
Quentin Nelson. Yeah.
No, he's good though.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I guess I can't really compare him to Quentin Nelson level.
That dude's a freak.
You know how angry I am that we didn't take him, or we didn't get to take him. We had to take McClinchy. Don't get me wrong, McClinchy's nice.
Yeah, he's not bad.
But I want Quentin Nelson.
Oh, who doesn't? Quentin Nelson's a freak. Yeah. Anyway, so Andrew, I'm really pissed that the fans booed him, but at the same time, I understand. I understand the not being
the passion. Like you said, if you're
like
at a preseason game,
if tomorrow Khalil Mack came out and was like, "Nah, I'm done," I don't know if I would boo him, but I would be sad as hell. You know what I mean?
Plus, like you said, the regular season was right around the corner. It kind of felt like out of nowhere.
Let me look this up real quick. There was a Jaguars player. I think he plays lineman. I think he's a center for the Jaguars. He tweeted. Let me pull it up here. One second.
Well, I think my biggest problem with fans.
He's a long snapper.
My problem with fans right now is like they love you until they want you to die on the field.
Basically,
they treat NFL players like the modern day barbarians.
But they are gladiators.
Gladiators, thank you. And I understand that they are, but you don't have to kill yourself to do it.
I agree.
Well, I can't remember who. I think it was Michael Bennett tweeted. Did you see Michael Bennett tweet?
No, I didn't see his.
He literally said, football is a game that chews you up and spits you out when they don't want you anymore.
Literally.
And he said people are flipping it. They're using it until they're done with it. It's literally like,
get that money.
You called me when Andrew Luck.
Yes, I did.
I was driving. And I obviously I don't try to stay off my phone while I'm driving. And so he called me and he told me Andrew Luck retired. And I said that Patrick Willis retiring at 30 was going to be a thing.
So you said that, but we'll get to that in 1 second. I'll pause on that. So Matt Overton, he's a long snapper for the Jaguars, and he used to play for the Colts. He said if there are any disgruntled Colts fans about Andrew Luck retiring, he will buy all their tickets and donate it to the Riley's Children's Hospital. That is fucking awesome. Good for that guy. And I hope he does it. I hope people get that.
If you're really not gonna go, because the guy literally lost his love of the game. Which there was another big time player that came out and made comments about that. I want to talk about him.
Who also retired at 30.
Yeah, I want to talk about him too because his comments.
We've got. I looked this up, and I think there's actually names missing off this list. But here's 10 other players who retired in their primes or when they were still great. Tiki Barber retired. He was 10 seasons in, but he was 31.
Yeah, but when you're a running back though.
Jim Brown retired at 29. He led the league in rushing touchdowns and won MVP and then retired.
I mean, retire on top.
Earl Campbell retired early.
Yeah.
Terrell Davis, but he was old though. He was 29, but he won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean, why not go? Him and Elway retired pretty close together, right?
I think TD retired the year after Elway, or the year after Elway.
I know Elway wasn't going to come back when they back to back, but
Rob Gronkowski. Well, we just talked about him. Calvin Johnson. Barry Sanders. Gale Sayers retired early. I didn't know he retired at 28.
Yeah, but he had
lots of injuries.
Yeah,
Lynn Swann retired at 30. Patrick Willis retired at 30. So it's not. I don't think it's going to be a thing because it's happened so many times before.
Right.
I think it's going to become more consistent.
But
not necessarily, and not players of Andrew Luck's stature and Gronk's stature all
the
time.
Right. Yeah, right.
So I agree that players are going to retire earlier, but
I get it. I really do. Like, it's a brutal game, and especially when you go, you literally play 4 years in football, 4 years in high school, and that's assuming you don't play in middle school. Let's go middle school. You play 2 years in middle school, 4 years in high school, at least 2 years in college, and then you're looking at a 10-year career in football.
Yeah,
that you're already looking at 20 years of football.
It's crazy.
And it doesn't get any easier.
No, it only gets literally harder.
Yeah, the level of competition and the level of impact on your body is crazy.
Because only the good guys keep playing.
Right.
Like the kids who sucked in middle school don't play in high school.
Right, yeah.
Because they sucked in high school don't play in college.
The higher the level, the weak get weeded out. Everyone had somebody on their high school football team. They were like, you're only here because we don't cut people in high school.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Like the senior that started on the JV team.
But we didn't do that.
No?
No, if you were junior or senior, you couldn't play on the JV team.
No.
I played on the JV team one time because my coach didn't play me in a game, and I didn't tell him, and I went and played in the JV game. I scored 2 touchdowns or something, and I came back on Tuesday, and he was like, "Don't you ever do that again. You're a varsity player. If you go play on JV, you'll stay on JV the rest of the time." I was like,
"My bad."
But I just wanted to play football, coach. Like, you didn't play me. So, but anyway, so that was the last time I did that. But it is a lot of football. Let's talk about, speaking of football, your whole beef with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs not being great is that there's tape on him now and
no, I don't have beef about him, but I'm saying it's going to be easier to play him now.
Yeah, okay. Did you know that in the second game against all his division rivals, every single statistical category he went up?
Yeah, you only have one game of tape.
But the second time, so you have
Now you've got a whole
so you played
season
the Raiders
watching.
in week 3 and they played them in week 15. So there's a whole bunch of game film,
but
you
the
dummy.
Raiders suck.
That's an example. The Chargers don't suck.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they have
do.
a great defense. Derwin James,
at that
Joey
quarterback.
Bosa, Melvin Gordon. Their corners are fantastic.
Look at that quarterback.
No, his throwing motion.
Watch his throwing motion.
Yeah, but
that's all I'm going to
his
say.
throwing motion bad doesn't mean the team is bad. They're a great team.
Yeah, but I don't like Phillip Rivers.
That's fine.
So it's like the the Giants. I don't like
Denver's defense is really good. The second time he played them, he was better.
They're all right. That defensive front's decent.
Every time he played
I'm saying we'll see. We'll see.
So that's a trend. That's a trend.
Right.
So the first time he plays the Chargers, puts up decent numbers.
No, you're
wins the game.
right.
The second time he plays better.
I'm saying you're right, but I'm saying they also had a full off season watching his tape, breaking every play down.
So did his coach. So did he.
Nah, well, he also looks like Steph Curry's daughter growing up playing football.
That's ridiculously true.
Doug,
that's
so
true.
Bro.
It's so true. And he sounds like he swallowed a frog. But I think you're going to regret it. I think that he's still going to throw for 40
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I don't think I am.
If he drops off 20% from last year, he still throws 40 touchdowns.
I know, and I hope I'm wrong. But that sophomore slump is real. I'm telling you.
So,
you want to talk about Rob Gronkowski since we were kind of...
We were on that track, on that tip.
So he came out and was saying the reason that he retired... he said it was because he was starting to lose love for life. Like he was sucking the love of life out of him.
the joy of life out of him.
I think that was true, but I also think
that's
it was just
the
because
Patriots.
He was beaten up.
Not even that, dog. The Patriots organization as a whole is not.
Gronkowski playing for the Patriots literally makes no sense.
Right, because Gronkowski's a free-loving party animal.
What team do you think he should really play for?
Some team in Florida.
Yeah, right, right, like a Miami or like
the Bengals.
The Bengals. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that might be. But they only get convicts.
But like a free-loving, kind of environment. Whereas the Patriots,
Sean McVay,
you're not allowed to have fun.
You're literally not.
But it also produces Super Bowls. So you can't really knock their approach.
You're right. And I want to talk. I think I'm gonna have talk a lot about the Patriots because Skip Bayless rides their.
Because where better does Josh Gordon fit if he's going to succeed?
No, it's the Patriots.
Well, it's the Patriots. It's just like Randy Moss.
Yes.
The troubled players. The Patriots are going to pick him up because he'll fit into that structured, no nonsense team.
And if he doesn't, then they get rid of you. Chad Ochocinco went there too. Yeah. For like a week.
I really wanted him to work out there.
I didn't.
I liked Ochocinco.
I don't have a problem with Ochocinco. I don't like the Patriots.
It's true, but I didn't want to not see him play.
Can we talk about how he legitimately changed his name to Ochocinco?
That's disgusting.
That's not even how you say 85, dog.
No, it's 85. He was like, no, that's 85. You're fine.
Hey, so let's talk about Skip Bayless for a minute. Surprisingly, he didn't say too much dumb shit this week. These 2 weeks. So first off, Skip Bayless said Joakim Noah is a better fit than Dwight Howard for the Lakers.
Yeah, I've heard that.
He said, and he wasn't the only one. Jalen Rose said the same thing.
In what way?
First of all, have you ever seen Joakim Noah?
Oh, by the way, I called that.
You did 100% called that. 100% you called that from a mile away. Kudos to you, my friend.
Well, it just makes so much sense.
It makes sense
because he literally gives them what they need: rebounding and shot blocking.
Bro, apparently the meetings and stuff, he lost like 25 pounds. Like he was looking good, strong.
His problem is he's running out of options.
Yeah.
If you don't start taking basketball seriously it's over.
They said he met with LeBron and AD and was almost tearful. And he was like, dude, look, I just want to make up for it. I will do whatever you ask. If you want me to play 10 minutes a game, I'm there.
You know what I want to happen opening night in LA, right?
The Lakers steamroll the shit out of him.
I want Kobe to be there.
He's going to be.
And I want first play, I want Dwight to get a dunk. And I just want him to stare at Mamba.
No, because then Kobe's going to go put on a Clippers jersey.
And then Kobe's going to look back at him and go...
No, he's going to... Look, what's going to happen is Dwight Howard's going to stare Kobe down. Kobe's going to be like, hey, time out. The ref's going to be like, you don't play... Time out. The ref stops the game. Kobe gets a tall-ass ladder, climbs his ass to the Raptors, gets his number 24 jersey down, puts it on, and says, put me in, coach.
And then Dwight Howard goes, sub.
Anyway, that was a little crazy. Anyway,
I want Dwight Howard to succeed. I really do.
I want him to succeed, and I think that...
This is an environment for him.
Also...
Because really, what is he?
He's younger than Joakim, right? Or is he older?
He's just better in every way.
He looks better.
Defensively, he's better. Rebounding wise, he's better. Scoring, he's better.
Well, he doesn't give you.
What doesn't he give you?
I don't know, dog.
He's not starting.
But listen,
The worst thing you
Jalen
can
Rose.
say, the worst thing, no, because Joakim has injury issues.
Yeah.
So you can't. There's nothing.
Listen,
there's no area that
I need
Jokim's
you
better.
to go look up a Joakim Noah free throw.
I need you to look up Joakim-
Why is his hand
I
sideways?
need you to look up Joakim, period, and then compare him to Dwight Howard.
You
How many times has Joakim been in the NBA Finals?
Yeah, 0. So the next
granted,
thing,
they did get swept like a monster, but still, it's
I know again that a lot of Skip Bayless's bullshit is just because it's bullshit, right?
Skip says outrageous things just to be
Just say
outrageous. Yeah,
But the problem is he's so delusional. I think he believes some of it.
yeah.
For example, his takes on the Cowboys. He believes a lot of that shit.
See, I've said this before. That's the one thing I don't like about Skip is he lets his personal biases. Like, we just made Super Bowl predictions. If we were like him,
but the Cowboys realistically have a shot.
Oh, they look good.
That defense is disgusting.
They look good.
The offense is going to be better.
But I'm saying, like, the NFC, you just like confidently say that they're going to be in the Super Bowl when the NFC looks gross.
Loaded. The NFC is so loaded. And we didn't even talk about the Browns. I don't think the Browns really can get there.
But
they have the talent to get there.
They look great on paper.
The Steelers, even though they lost AB and Lev Bell, I think have a chance to be good. At least win the division good. Like the AFC's deep.
I am interested to see what Juju Smith-Schuster can do without AB on the other side.
Cool. They got James Washington.
No,
now.
I'm saying I'm interested to see. I'm going to see because I want him to succeed. I like Juju.
I like Juju. But I just had another team and it's gone.
Patriots. You can never sleep on the Patriots.
Real quick, I know I'm on so many different wavelengths. Can we talk about something real quick?
Of course.
Deshaun
they don't have a choice to listen.
That's fair. Deshaun Watson, okay, was sacked 65 times last year.
Ew.
He literally had to take a bus to a game because he couldn't fly with a punctured lung.
Wow.
He won 11 games without an offensive line. Bro, if that dude gets an offensive line...
So that's to me... So I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, him being underrated. I didn't realize how underrated he was.
No, he's good.
And it's not just because
and
DeAndre Hopkins...
Now they got him Tunsil.
They got a blindside blocker. They got a running back. They got a receiver. And if Will Fuller, for the love of God, stays healthy, that's 4-4. That's 4-3 speed in the slot.
Put him in the slot and just say, hey, you know the route you're running, right? Just go deep every time.
As fast as you possibly can run.
And catch it sometimes.
Anyway,
it sometimes.
He had in the games he's played, he has played really well.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but
the
you
thing
gotta
that
stay
scares
healthy,
me
man.
is he's like John Ross.
Yeah,
they're so small and so explosive that they really hurt themselves because they're going so fast. So hopefully he puts some weight on and he can play. I love Will Fuller, obviously Notre Dame, but
Will Fuller the fifth.
Yeah,
stop passing that name on.
I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? No, keep going because I want in my lifetime I want to see Will Fuller the 10th.
Just on the field.
Just on the field.
Okay, so the next. Oh, we were talking about Skip Bayless. He said with a straight face.
Here we go.
Full confidence.
Here we go.
He said he would take Dak Prescott over Russell Wilson. He said I just would.
Well, no. He said he would take him over Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but.
No.
Yeah.
You would take Dak Prescott over Aaron Rodgers?
He also said he would take Dak over Cam Newton and Jared Goff.
I'd take Cam. I'd take...
Don't. No, you wouldn't.
Dak over...
you wouldn't.
Cam Newton.
Today?
Right now.
You're wrong, dog.
What's Cam Newton done in the last 3 years? Sat on the sideline because he's hurt all the time.
So... But again, but he's hurt all the time because he doesn't have the offensive line Dak does.
He's 1,000 feet tall and like 300 pounds of muscle.
He's 6'6", 260, bro.
I will say this one thing about Cam Newton that I don't like is the refs not calling stuff because he's a big guy.
Same thing LeBron gets.
Well, no, he gets every call.
No,
in the world.
He doesn't.
Anyway,
so we're not going to talk about the block in the finals. We clearly got there before Kevin Durant, but they called a block on LeBron and not a charge.
Whatever.
They went to review it and still fucked it up. We gonna talk about that? All right.
Does it matter? Did they win the series at all? Were they even close?
They were gonna win that game. Though. They were gonna win that game. Though.
One game.
What I'm saying is, I agree. Cam Newton doesn't get calls he should, but
how many times have we seen him get hit in the head and not called at all?
But I'm telling you right now, he's improved his throwing motion.
I like Cam, but the injury issue is just my main thing. But again, like you said, if you put him behind that Dallas offensive line,
hey, quarterback power, Zach Martin pulls in front of Cam Newton.
Ew, no.
Dog, come on. Sub.
Can you call sub mid play?
The corner's like, no. Anyway, I
just get really preoccupied getting blocked by a lineman. No.
Dak Prescott is a poor man's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So why would you ever say...
My main problem with Dak Prescott is how ineffective he is without Zeke.
No, but when he got Amari Cooper, he was 7-1.
Okay, what did you just say though? When he got somebody, he needed a piece to be successful.
Thank you.
A good quarterback is successful without good pieces, or he makes his pieces
look good.
I.e., Brandon Stokely when he played for Peyton Manning.
Dallas Clark.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison aren't Hall of Famers. They are.
They are 100%.
But everyone else that caught, I mean, literally,
Austin Collie was famous for like a season.
The only time 3 receivers ever in history have caught for 1,000 yards or more that I know of. It might be. I think it's the only time.
No.
It's not the only time?
Nope.
On the same team?
Yep.
Who?
The Cardinals did it. Anquan Bolden, Larry Fitzgerald, and I believe John Brown his rookie season.
I don't believe you. Look it up.
It
was Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, and Brandon Stokely. I think the catch that really to me solidified Brandon Stokely's career was when he caught that record-breaking touchdown for Peyton Manning. Can we talk about how it went from Peyton beating Dan Marino's record to Tom Brady beating Peyton Manning's record?
Yes.
To Peyton Manning beating Tom Brady's record.
Okay, it has happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Wow.
The time you are talking about was 2004.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Brandon Stokely. I was wrong. It was the Cardinals, but it was Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Bolden, and Steve Breston, not John Brown.
Steve Breston was that fast little guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I got him confused with John Brown. He had 1,006 receiving yards.
I apologize. I didn't know it happened 5 times.
Thank you. And I'm not even care about the 5 times. I was right about the Cardinals. That's all you need to say.
Who are the other?
Eric Coryell, Chargers, Kellen Winslow, John Jefferson, and Charlie Joyner. 1989,
way back in the day.
Art Monk, Ricky Sanders, and Gary Clark. Oh, and I'm sorry, 1995,
Art Monk was good.
The Atlanta Falcons, Eric Metcalf, maybe DK's uncle cousin, Terrence Mathis, and Brett Emanuel. What
year was that?
1995.
That wasn't the year they went to the Super Bowl, right?
The Falcons?
Yeah. Is that the year they went and got smacked on by the Broncos?
Could be.
They looked terrible in that game.
Okay, so the next thing was Scottie Pippen.
Here we go.
He's in Bullshit Skip Bayless says this week. Scottie Pippen said this coming season, LeBron's not going to be a difficult matchup. He's going to be easy to cover this year.
He just doesn't like it because people compare the two.
No, because 3 years ago he said that LeBron James was better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he can't make up his mind.
Because after he said that, Jordan showed up at his house in the middle of the night. He turned on the light, and Jordan was sitting at a swivel chair, but he didn't have any swivel chairs in the house.
Yeah, he brought a swivel chair.
And a cat.
And he was smoking a cigar.
Duh, what else does he do?
And you were like...
And it was in his bathroom for some reason. He just went to take a shower, and Jordan just spins around. He's like, hey.
Oh, I know why you're here.
Look, Jordan, I was just kidding.
Hey, man.
Scotty, listen.
You're the GOAT. You can't take a joke?
Let's say LeBron takes a step back. He's not as athletic as he's used to, as he has been. He's kind of slow, right? He's still 6'8".
No.
He's still...
What's a step back for LeBron James? Oh, man, he only averaged 25, 6, and 6 this year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Last year he had a step back and he was 28, 7, and 7.
The only step back for him was he got hurt for the first time in his career.
Well, the record wasn't great when he played either, but
surprise when you've played since you were 18 years old.
You get hurt and you
start
slow
breaking
down
at the end of
That's
end
crazy.
of your career.
So here's the thing. Skip was talking about the Patriots, and this is where I'm going to talk about the Patriots for a minute because he's been on them ridiculously. Jarrett Stidham.
So how can you be a Cowboys fan but also just like?
Well, he loves Tom Brady. He loves him some Tom Brady. Anyway,
of course he
so
does.
he was talking about the Patriots, and it was preseason week. I want to say 2. It might have been. It was 2. It was definitely 2. You alright, dog?
Yeah, I was yawning.
Anyway, week 2. So Jarrett Stidham came out. He played pretty decent. Threw for 150 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. He played pretty well. And he was like, well, I watched a couple games of him in college. I don't think he can play. You watched 2 college games of him at Auburn and decided he just couldn't play football.
Right.
How good of an evaluator are you? Oh, you're terrible. We covered that last week, 2 weeks ago. Because you said Johnny Manziel was going to be the greatest thing. Anyway, we won't rehash that. What I'm saying is, how do you watch 2 games of somebody and decide, oh, they can play, or they can't?
He's a retard.
Because here's one for you. Bill Belichick thinks Jarrett Stidham can play. Jarrett Stidham played 260 snaps this preseason.
Did he?
Yeah. He threw like...
So is he their backup?
Yeah, they cut Brian Hoyer. We'll get more to him in a second.
I don't like Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, well, so... Tom Brady played 28 snaps.
Right.
Okay. According to Skip, he's like, well, they're just fast tracking. They're trying to get Brady out of there as fast as possible. Why would you play a rookie 268 snaps in the preseason if you're not going to have him be your backup? Well, you want your rookies to get play in the preseason, don't you?
You want to see what they look like in an NFL setting.
And last year, Tom Brady took 64 snaps. This year, he only gets 28. I wonder why that is. Maybe because he's a 42-year-old quarterback and you don't want to burn his arm out in the preseason?
What are you going to see from Tom Brady in preseason that you don't already know? He shouldn't
play a single snap, in my opinion.
I wouldn't.
And then
maybe one series, week 4.
And then, week 4, Jarrett Stidham started. They didn't play any other. He played the whole game. They started their 3 starting wide receivers.
Right.
Week 4. He's like, that is proof positive right there that he wants Jarrett Stidham to be the starting quarterback at some point. He wants Tom Brady out of there, and he's wanted to see what he can play with real receivers. Okay.
Why are you taking a quarterback if you don't intend on making him your starter one day anyway?
Right. And not only that.
And you got a 40, your starting quarterback is 42.
So let me ask you this, Skip. If, for God forbid, Tom Brady gets hurt, because it could happen. And it does. Yeah. I mean, he's an old man playing football. It could happen, right? Wouldn't you want your rookie to have played something? Because he's not going to play in the regular season.
Well, not only that, but wouldn't you want your backup to have some rapport with your staff?
Even that. Think about this, okay? Julian Edelman hasn't played because he's come back from suspension. Well, he's still suspended, but he hasn't.
What's he suspended for? I don't remember.
PEDs.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Maybe he was injured. I can't remember. But Julian Edelman wasn't there for some of the season. He's going to miss the first 4 weeks. Josh Gordon just got reinstated, and Demaryius Thomas just got off IR. They haven't been able to play in the preseason, so shouldn't they take a couple preseason snaps?
Right.
So it doesn't matter who you start at quarterback; they need to take snaps anyway.
Right.
You're looking way too deep into it.
No, I agree. Conspiracy theorist.
Bill Belichick doesn't want Tom Brady to be the quarterback because he tried to get rid of him, or not get rid of him, but he tried to get your quarterback in there.
Jimmy G?
Yeah, Garoppolo in there. Porn star Jimmy is what Stephen A. calls him.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, and he said, look, I'm not saying it's an insult. I'm just saying he's porn star Jimmy. That's all I'm saying. But the way I just don't, it makes me angry. Like, Tom Brady shouldn't play in the preseason, and guys who haven't gotten reps yet should play at some point.
Do you know how much Drew Brees played this preseason?
None.
No?
I think he played a couple.
So why aren't you talking about that, but you're talking about Tom Brady?
Because, and you know what's crazy is JT Barrett and Teddy Bridgewater are his backups. You're not talking about them wanting to replace Brees with one of them? Like, come on. You just like Tom Brady, so you're talking about it. The other thing was, he said Brian Hoyer, this was again before he was cut today, he said Brian Hoyer was the best backup quarterback in the NFL.
Really? The best?
The best. And the second best, Josh McCown, who just came out of retirement to play for the Eagles. He said Brian Hoyer can come and win you some games. Did you know former starting quarterback Ryan Tannehill is the backup for the Titans right now?
Former starting quarterback.
Starting quarterback. Brian Hoyer hasn't started a game in like 100 years.
Not to mention they got that killer in Oakland.
The GOAT.
Nathan Peterman.
Nathan Peterman, watch out, folks.
If you can't tell that we're being uber sarcastic.
Also, Teddy Bridgewater's a better backup than Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer showed you that when he left New England, he was garbage.
He was garbage no matter where he went.
Well, but I'm saying, like, New England can make you look good. Of course
they can. Matt Castle.
But why would you? You know what I mean? Why would you?
Okay, so
I don't know.
He also said these. Okay, so we talked about the Redskins a couple weeks ago about Dwayne Haskins and maybe they should start him, maybe they shouldn't, whatever. Right? They've announced Case Keenum as their starting quarterback.
Of course.
Skip Bayless said Case Keenum is a good starting quarterback in the NFL, and he is scared for the Cowboys to play him week 2. He could actually give us trouble, he said.
Case Keenum only played well when he played for the Vikings, right?
One time.
He didn't do well last year in Arizona, right? Was he playing Arizona?
You weirdo. He played for the Broncos for last season.
Okay, Broncos, yeah.
He was terrible. And did you know I don't remember who made the poll, because there's been polls everywhere this offseason. They did like a top 10 flukiest season of all time. Case Keenum was number 1 that season with the Vikings.
Should be.
It should be. And your defense is fantastic, probably a top 5 defense, and you're scared of playing Case Keenum? You're an idiot, Skip Bayless. That doesn't even make sense.
All right, well, What did you say though? Skip Bayless.
I
Skip
know.
Bayless is an idiot. They rhyme in a weird way. Like they shouldn't
strange.
rhyme.
The
They
last,
rhyme.
this is the last thing, and then we'll be off Skip Bayless. So Jalen Hurts, the backup for Tua last year, transferred to Oklahoma.
Right.
He said, Jalen Hurts is going to prove to you, that he's going to be on Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray's level at Oklahoma this year. Huh?
I disagree.
What?
Jalen Hurts, to me, there's a reason he lost his starting job for Alabama.
Because he can't throw the ball.
Can't throw the ball. Doesn't look to throw the ball.
He's
Here's how you know how big he is.
about 6 foot, 6'1". Maybe?
I bet he plays wide receiver in the NFL.
Could.
No, not could. He's gonna.
You know
'Cause
who
nobody's gonna let that man play quarterback.
Why? Baker plays quarterback. Kyler's playing quarterback, and he's 5'9".
I'm talking about because he's not a quarterback. He's athletic.
They said
and he can kind of
they
throw
were
the ball.
they're like Kyler Murray was built like a slot receiver, fast, speedy, but Jalen Hurts is built like a running back who can throw. Okay, but
No, Kyler Murray is a quarterback.
he's so damn accurate, and his
But
arm. Oh my god, the ball pops out of his hands.
The only way he's a wide receiver is if he's iffish on his accuracy, but the kid can throw.
He's
a quarterback.
He can really play.
Jalen Hurts. Was it? Well, they played Notre Dame.
Yeah.
The one time I watched Jalen Hurts really play a game, I played Notre Dame. I watched that against Notre Dame because anytime I know Notre Dame is going to lose, I love watching that game just because I can hear it around Northern Indiana. Everyone just Anyway, don't look at me like that. I was right though, wasn't I?
Shut up.
You got smacked on by Jalen Hurts. But
No,
anyway,
when did it win? When?
I don't know. It was the regular season a couple years ago.
No.
Or it may have been in the playoffs.
No. The last time we played Alabama was when we got up in 2012.
Then maybe it wasn't Alabama, maybe it wasn't Notre Dame, maybe it was somebody else. Anyway,
Notre Dame got beat up by Clemson.
Well, anyway,
Hey, did you know Clemson beat Alabama by more points than they beat Notre Dame? How about that?
Yeah, but why didn't anybody ever talk about why does everyone say that Notre Dame didn't belong?
But they don't say shit about Alabama?
Right.
Exactly.
They say
To be totally fair,
Dabo's got Alabama's number.
not only does he have their number, that team is disgusting.
That Clemson team was gross.
Clemson team is disgusting. Have we
Speaking
talked
of
about that yet?
Clemson, that quarterback looks
Terrible. So Trevor Lawrence look.
Did you
we're
hear
done when
who?
Skip Bayless says
Did you hear who they were comparing him to?
Tebow?
No, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
No,
What?
Andrew Luck.
Dog, I heard comparisons to Elway.
Ew! Cut your hair.
Yeah, you can't be Sunshine.
You look like
Listen,
Sunshine.
Colin Cowherd, one of my favorite talk show
I bet
guys.
you can't make that pitch, dog. I bet he can't make that pitch and remember times.
No, he can't.
Probably can't.
Stupid hair. Well, he said that when I saw John Elway play in college, I was like, oh, he's a Hall of Famer. He's saying the same thing about Trevor Lawrence. His first game, I think he completed 11 passes for 158 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions.
2 interceptions.
One was a pick six.
And
No,
nobody's
it was almost a pick six, but he ran the guy down, which was super impressive.
Nobody's talking about it. Everyone's just like, oh.
Skip Bayless said he saw that game, and he was like, that gave me confidence. Now I know he can really play.
He threw 2 picks and 1 touchdown.
Oh, really bad interception.
Really?
Dog, it was a cover 2. The corner was sitting there, and he threw the ball late on a corner, it was an out-breaking route, and he threw the ball. It was a terrible throw, and he did run down the corner, and he's like, "That's a game-winning play right there." Him catching the guy shows me that he's ready to go. He threw the interception.
Right? Yeah, he better be the one tackling him.
What do you mean? I know most quarterbacks wouldn't make the play, so good on him. But his first game against Georgia Tech was a little rough. His running back though, 12 carries, 209 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
he ripped off a 90-yarder.
Yeah, and it didn't even look like he tried.
ETN is his name. Well, watch out for that guy, first of all. So anyway,
did you see that play today? That wide receiver from Alabama make that little
Jerry
spin
Jeudy?
move. It was like a screenplay, and he just spin move and just.
Unfortunately, I don't have internet right now, so I can't.
What?
I don't know if I already said this.
I don't even have cable.
Right, but I was gonna stream it though.
But like.
You're gonna come over and we'll stream when I get
Your
internet
phone.
back.
That's what I. That's
No,
what
but I got a Fire Stick.
But Instagram. That's literally how I saw it.
But
I mean, I'll come over.
yeah, next week, dog. I know Sunday's maybe Sunday evening. You can come watch the Sunday night game.
Well, I gotta run that by boss.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Did you know how it is being married?
I'm well aware.
I don't make decisions. I come up with them and then I run them by my boss.
It's true. Anyway, so the other thing I want to talk about, I got a whole list of shit, so I don't know why I said it like that. But how about this? Cam Reddish, okay? So the NBA polled.
Oh yeah, okay, I know what you're
The
talking
NBA
about.
polled the rookies this year, the drafted rookies, so the first 2 rounds, and asked them questions. They said Cam Reddish was picked to have the best career by the rookies. He had 19% of the vote, which means he got like 7 votes.
Didn't Zion get like the
Zion was 4th.
Yeah,
he got 5% of the vote.
Did you see their other vote? They asked him who their favorite player was.
Yeah, it's LeBron.
Did you see who didn't get a single vote?
Kobe?
No, Steph Curry.
That's fine.
That's crazy.
Why?
He's changed the landscape.
That doesn't mean he has to be your favorite player.
No, but like it's still not one of them. Nobody likes Steph Curry.
All right, dog. Let me ask you this: who's your favorite player, dog?
Right now in the NBA?
No,
Ever?
growing up.
Oh, Kobe.
Okay, why? Because he was the best player in the league.
Because it was Mamba.
And excited to watch.
He dropped 81 on the Raptors.
Right. So LeBron's their favorite player because he's the best player in the NBA.
No, I'm not saying that.
Or he was while they were kids, dog. You think about these kids are 19 now.
That's true.
So they've seen LeBron's whole career. Like, come on. So that makes sense. But then Skip Bayless says,
"Here we go.
If Cam Reddish, I know.
I thought we were doing.
I didn't realize I had included this. Anyway, he said, if Cam Reddish is so good, then why did the Hornets pass twice? Not the Hornets. The Pelicans pass twice on him. Well, Skip, maybe it's because the Pelicans have an off-brand Cam Reddish in Brandon Ingram they just traded for.
Right, yeah.
They have the same exact... Brandon Ingram is 6'9", 190.
Right.
Cam Reddish is 6'8", 207.
Right.
So they do this. They literally play the same position. I wonder why they didn't pick him. You idiot.
Yeah. But
anyway.
We said that before, though. We said that he could be the one.
He could be.
He's in the best position.
I think I said that. I have to go back and look. But I bet I said that in the podcast.
I think we both said that. Yeah.
Because Cam Reddish, he can shoot, he can ball handle. The reason he didn't at Duke was because somebody had to take a step back. Like, watch out for him, man. And plus, he's gonna have Trae Young passing him the ball. He's gonna be wide open. I like Cam Reddish. I like that pick, rookies. Hear me out on that. So, Jalen Smith signed a contract this last week. Jalen Smith got signed. He signed a 5-year, $65 million deal with $35 million guaranteed.
I like that.
But it's not as much as it seems. A lot of it, it's a super team-friendly deal. Like, a lot of it's incentive-based.
Well, because he was injured in his
absolutely.
early on.
So, and I know why he signed the deal and didn't wait to get more money, because he knows what can happen.
Well, he obviously, as soon as he heard the contract offer, he obviously took it.
The Jerry Jones is actually getting in trouble because he talked to Jalen Smith directly and didn't talk to his agent.
You can't do that?
Nope.
Why?
Because it's literally illegal. Like, why would you go talk? Like, the NFL is protecting the players from them being taken advantage of.
Okay, I get you. Okay, I got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, instead of talking to somebody who doesn't, like, you don't know dick about writing a contract, so you get a guy to do that for you. But Jerry Jones is notorious for putting his arm around a guy. Hey, come on now. You know we want to get this deal done. Come on, just sign the contract. You know what I mean?
Coerce him into getting ripped
off.
off.
Which is why Ezekiel Elliott is in Cabo and not in Dallas right now, because they don't want him talking to Jerry Jones. But I get why he signed the deal. It's not a bad deal, and he still got $35 million guaranteed no matter what.
It just doesn't look as massive as everyone's trying to paint it.
Right. It looks big, but he's got to do a lot, which is fine. Earn your money. The other guy, same draft class, same round, Miles Jack signed a contract today. 4 years, $57 million, $37 million guarantee. His annual salary puts him as the third highest paid linebacker.
I don't know if I like him being that high, but he is damn good.
He's good. He's very fast, and both of them, Jalen Smith and Miles Jack, had injury concerns coming out of college. They both got drafted in the second round, and they were top 10 projected at the start of the season.
I really, really, really like that they're both. I love those stories.
The comeback story. Absolutely.
I love them.
It looks really good, and I'm happy for. Obviously, Jalen Smith has a special place in my heart.
Is it because you played him?
Not only because I played him, and he went to my favorite college, so I was rooting for him the whole time. And
I mean, that's cool that you literally played against somebody that's playing in the NFL now.
I shook hands with him. Like, that's really crazy.
Was he scary up close?
He's big, dog. He was so big.
So I always feel like those ones that go to the NFL, they look like men playing with boys. Like, are you sure you're 18?
We might as well stick on that. I think the rest of the team I got's all football, man.
I got a basketball if you want to talk about it real quick.
We'll squeeze in basketball. I got a couple movies to talk about. We got some time left. Let's go.
Boogie? You want to talk about Boogie?
What about him? Oh,
the warrant?
Yeah, he got a warrant out for his arrest for choking his girlfriend.
Okay, so here let's talk about this real quick, because the older I get, no, don't get me wrong, I think what he did was wrong.
Yep, 100%. I know.
The older I get, the less I think that domestic violence is black and white. Because like when you grow up, you think, oh, a man should never hit a woman.
Correct.
And then the older you get, you're like, but I kind of get that though.
Was it wrong of me? My first thought was what if she asked for it? And I don't mean that in a she was being a
Here's the thing.
bad person way. I mean, what if she literally was like, hey, choke me, and then
here's what
he's
happened.
gonna get paid and she's gonna take his money.
Here's what happened. She was vindictive because he was getting remarried.
Oh, so this came out after that.
No, the whole reason why that happened?
No, I didn't.
The whole reason that it happened was because he's getting remarried and he wanted his son there.
Okay.
This is his ex.
Yeah.
She said, no, he can't go to your wedding.
Because
she didn't give a reason. She's like, I just don't want him to go. And he's like, why can't my son go to my wedding? And she goes, she's not going. So then he got mad and threatened to kill her.
Well,
I'm not saying he's right at all. You're 6'10". I don't know how big she is. You're way too big to be threatening to choke anybody. I'm not saying he's right. But I am saying I think she recorded it on purpose because she knew she was going to piss him off.
Yeah.
And she should make him look bad because he's getting remarried.
Yeah, probably.
One of them vindictive power moves.
And those exist, man. Like Tyreek Hill's girlfriend said said he broke the kid's arm when he didn't do it. And it's like we've already seen that. So those people are out there.
You can get full custody of the kid. And now he has to pay hella child support.
Yep.
So many of these situations are money driven. I'm not saying it's right what he said, but I'm saying people out here, it's not black and white. Life is literally all gray.
Yeah.
Think about it. How many decisions in your life are all black and white? Like the simple ones, right? Like, oh, what am I gonna have for dinner? That's black and white. I don't want green bean casserole. I do want a burger with fries. You know what I mean? That's black and white.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I get it.
But you know what I mean? Like
no, and again,
the easy decisions are black and white.
Again,
do I want to go to sleep? Yes or no?
Not condoning anything he said. What he said was wrong. But the motivation to push the buttons and piss him off.
What's his story? What did she say to him to make him say that? Apparently, there's a recording out there of what happened.
I should look into it because it's kind of my job.
With Tyreek Hill, there's a recording of him out there, right?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
But it's only half a recording.
Exactly. Right. So she might have only leaked the part that made him look bad.
Yeah.
He might have said, "I hope you die on your wedding."
You ever seen the episode of Fairly Odd Parents? You ever watch that show?
Yes.
Okay. So you remember the episode where Vicky is like, she says she's got a recorder in one hand, and she says, "Well, I'll just show this to your mom," and it's some kid that's saying, "I never stole money from my mom's purse," and then Timmy says, "I didn't steal money from my mom's purse," and then she plays it and plays the recordings together, and it makes it sound like he said it.
Yeah,
that's what it was, Doug.
Yeah, it could have been.
Maybe she's got Fairly Odd Parents. I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, I gotta go back to bullshit Skip Bayless says real quick, but it's not Skip Bayless.
Oh snap! Okay.
Max Kellerman.
You know how I feel about Max
Kellerman.
But
he's getting worse. He's officially disqualified. Okay, nothing Max Kellerman says is worth bullshit anymore. Okay, Max Kellerman said with a straight face. Tom Brady is the greatest football player of all time. Football player.
You see that out there? It's a whole pile of bullshit. What?
Listen, so they were having a discussion on First Take about the greatest football player of all time. Stephen A. said Deion Sanders.
Prime time, baby.
When you talk about football, well, how many assets of the game are there? 3, right? Offense,
defense,
he catches plays as a wide receiver. Defense, locked down half the field. And he was the greatest return man next to Devin Hester of all time.
Yeah, it's literally prime time.
Not only that, he played another major league sport.
See, now that's transcending.
It's an athlete.
That's an athlete.
Whoever said Simone Biles was the greatest athlete of all time. That was you, Chael Sonnen. Anyway, not sliding Simone Biles. Just don't say that.
Okay,
anyway.
She could be the greatest gymnast of all time.
100%.
You're not the greatest athlete.
I won't even argue that. What were we talking about, dog? We got off on a tangent. We were talking about DeMarcus Cousins. Oh, more football, right?
Yeah.
Here you go. So there's an article that's been going, or not an article, but there's a blog that writes articles, and the one they've been doing this offseason is why your team sucks. It's not saying that your team does suck. These are just bad things about your team you gotta look out for, right?
I understand.
Okay, so this dude wrote a paragraph about the Lions, and Jim Schwartz, I think, he played for the Lions? He was the Lions coach, right?
I don't know if
he was. Let me find this freaking quote. It was so funny how he phrased this. Where is it? Oh no! Here it is. Okay, so I don't remember what team. What team was it? It doesn't say. I don't even know. I didn't save it. But it said, your defensive coordinator is still Jim Schwartz, who looks like Jeremy Renner, 20 years, 4 failed mid-tempo rock albums, and 5 stints in rehab.
Jesus. That's pretty good, though.
I read that. I was crying. I don't know why that got me. That was so funny to me. But yeah, the reason we were talking about, they were talking about greatest player of all time is because they were talking about the greatest team of all time. Okay, so let me read you ESPN's team of all time. The best. What am I trying to say here, Doug? The greatest
all-time NFL team.
Thank you. Oh my God, I couldn't get those words out. Anyway, so here's what they did. They picked. I was looking for the criteria. It was just the best players they ever saw, eye tests and stuff like that. So, starting quarterback was Tom Brady. Bad. Jerry Rice, I'm fine with. Don Houston, didn't even know that was a dude. And then running backs was Jim Brown.
I like that.
I'm fine with that. Walter Payton is your second running back. Definitely okay with that. He could be above Jim Brown in my opinion.
In my opinion, he is. Which you're going to find out in a minute.
Linemen. Yeah, we built our own.
We built a team together, guys.
Yeah. It was,
so you know my team's not going to suck because he helped me out.
We had some input. Anthony Munoz, fantastic lineman.
Yeah.
John Hanna, I guess he's good. Jim Otto. Jim Park. I don't really know the lineman, I'm not going to lie to you. Tony Gonzalez is your starting tight end. I'm okay with that.
I mean, really, it's either him or Gronkowski, right?
Right, I'm okay with that. Reggie White is your defensive end. Deacon Jones, obviously good. Mean Joe Green. Merlin Olsen, I would have put like Warren Sapp or somebody in my opinion. Lawrence Taylor, obviously. Dick Butkus, obviously. Bobby Bell. Mike Singletary should be in here somewhere, and he's not. Ray Lewis, you could put in there. Urlacher could be maybe a backup. Deion Lewis? No. Deion Sanders, primetime, we just talked about him. Rod Woodson is your other corner. I'm fine with both of those. Safety was Ken Houston. I'm fine with that. Ronnie Lott is your second safety.
The only one that weirds me out is Rod Woodson, because
he's so recent.
No, when we saw him in our he played safety.
Yes.
I forgot in his career he played corner.
You could put Ed Reed at one of those safeties. You could put Troy Polamalu at one of those safeties.
We've got a list over here.
We do have a list. Anyway.
So the only one that we really argued about was quarterback.
We argued about quarterback.
And I told you, when I told you this, I said, you said it. We could literally argue quarterback the whole time.
You could argue quarterback.
What do you need your quarterback to do? You know what I mean? Like, we settled on Dan Marino. Or
we did.
Kinda.
I mean.
We kind of like.
We threw Dan Marino in there, and then it was, well, it could be A, it could be B, it could be C, but it comes down to you need your quarterback to be accurate.
Yeah.
He needs to get the ball to the playmakers, and we've got plenty of those. So it's not like he has to be. It wasn't going to be Tom Brady because I hate Tom Brady.
No, it wasn't. Tom Brady wasn't even an option.
So
I need a guy that can uncork it. I argued Brett Favre.
I also you can argue Brett Favre,
but the only problem with Brett Favre is sometimes he tries to force it when it's not there.
But with these receivers.
Yeah, you don't really need to worry about forcing it.
Don't really need to worry about that.
Running back was Walter Payton.
We have Walter Payton.
So now I did kind of I don't want to say cheat, but I kind of like created different scenarios. So I put a fullback on here. I know you said we don't need fullback.
We wouldn't need a fullback,
but I put Mike Allstott on there anyway because he can play running back.
He can play running back. I don't mind Mike Allstott.
And I put 3 wide receivers on here,
as we should have.
Jerry Rice,
yes.
Calvin Johnson,
yes.
Randy Moss,
yeah. And
Randy Moss would be in your slot.
No,
put him on the outside. Put Calvin on the outside,
and Jerry Rice in the slot. Oh my, that's the greatest wide receiving core of all time.
So I put Tony Gonzalez as our tight end.
And again, we argue Rob Gronkowski.
I wanted to put Gronkowski on there, but I feel like that's a little disrespectful to Tony G.
But think about this though, peak Gronk. You're talking about he can do everything Tony Gonzalez can do, just better, just a little better.
Do you remember what Tony Gonzalez looked like on the Chiefs?
Yeah. Did you see Gronk? You know how many touchdowns he literally set all the tight end records.
That's right.
Early,
I'll give you that. But I'm saying though, just don't.
I'm not sleeping.
It's literally.
I'm saying if I have a 2 tight end set, Tony Gonzalez can be my second.
It's literally Tony Gonzalez, and then right underneath him is Rob Gronkowski.
And the only reason I think Rob won't get enough shine is because he didn't do it very long. Same thing as Barry Sanders
or Calvin Johnson. People don't want to throw him in there.
Calvin Johnson was so unbelievable.
Tackles. I'm just gonna kind of breeze through some of these. Tackles were Joe Thomas,
yes.
Orlando Pace.
Yes.
Guards were Larry Allen, Steve Hutchinson.
I forgot about him.
And our center was Jeff Saturday. I like Jeff Saturday as our center because he played with Peyton Manning, and a lot of people don't realize this. So he was the one that
Called the protections.
Called the protections.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want a quarterback as your center? You know what I mean?
You're not wrong. I'm not going to hate on that.
Who would you have as center? You have anybody? You know what I mean? Like, offensive linemen are tough.
Yeah, it really is tough.
It's a gross job. It doesn't get enough
Olin
credit.
Kreutz was really good. I don't think he's the greatest lineman of all time or anything, but he was good for the
defensive ends, Reggie White.
Obviously.
So here's one that people aren't going to like, though, because he's still playing.
J.J. Watt?
No, Khalil Mack.
But you would put him at linebacker, wouldn't
No, not in my 3-4. I'm running a 3-4.
you? Okay.
Aaron Donald. No, I don't need him at linebacker. I really don't.
Aaron Donald at the nose
Aaron
tackle,
Donald.
obviously.
Outside linebacker, Lawrence Taylor, Derek Brooks.
Oh, I forgot about Derek Brooks.
Middle linebacker. See, now, some of these are, to be fair to us, it's our generation. So
Yeah.
Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher in a
Obviously.
3-4.
Oh. Ugh.
Cornerbacks would be Deion Sanders,
Deion.
Charles Woodson, who arguably to me are the top 2 corners of all time.
You can argue Charles Woodson. You don't want to talk about Champ? You don't want to talk about Darrell Reeves in his prime?
He's my nickel.
Okay.
Darrell Reeves. Actually, I would probably put Charles Woodson in my nickel.
Yeah.
Just because he could tackle. But free safeties, Ed Reed.
Yes.
Strong safety is Ronnie Lott. I didn't put a punter on this team because you don't need it.
You're not going to punt.
You're not punting.
You're never going to punt.
Adam Vinatieri was my kicker, though.
Obviously.
And then, so they had a kick returner. I don't remember if you said it. Did you say it?
No.
They have one.
Oh, I must have missed
They
it.
had it as Gale Sayers.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah. But I had Devin Hester.
Right, but you have Devin Hester
You remember
available.
when you played Madden and he had 100 speed?
100 speed, but you could only use 100 speed in
regular
play
play,
now.
yeah.
You couldn't do it in franchise
And then
mode,
they had a head coach, and ours was Bill Belichick.
It's got to be. I hate Bill Belichick, but it's got to be Bill Belichick.
Who else would get the most out of all those players?
If he had all that talent, I literally think his head would explode.
He wouldn't know what to do. He's like,
He's like, Dan, spin in a 360, close your eyes, and throw it.
He's like, Dan, look, whichever wide receiver you lock eyes with, that's the one you're throwing the ball to. All right, that's just defense.
Dan.
I'm not even going to call a play. All of you just do what you want.
He's not.
Lawrence Taylor, the only thing you do is blitz quarterback. I mean, let's be honest. I'm putting Lawrence Taylor on one side
and Khalil Mack on the other, so they meet. Can you feel bad that poor quarterback?
But here's the thing, though. So you do that. That means Reggie White is in front of Lawrence Taylor, which means no matter, you could put all of your linemen over there, and they're still probably going to get to
you. And you know what else that means, right? That means Ray Lewis is playing, setting up blitzes with Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, potentially, if you did an all-out blitz, you would have Aaron Donald, Ray Lewis, and Brian Urlacher coming up your middle, and you're like, interception.
Dion, I hope you catch this ball.
Dion, you're open. I know you are.
I like our team better and not biased just because I don't like... Tom Brady is a good quarterback. Do not get me wrong. He is not the greatest quarterback of all time.
I need something that can uncork it and throw it deep.
Dan Marino has the fastest release of all time.
Not only that, but he can throw it deep.
Absolutely.
That's one thing I like about Brett Favre, too. That's why I argued Brett Favre.
And we were talking about, like, if you took this to the video game, your quarterback would be like 04 Michael Vick.
04 Michael Vick.
Oh my God.
That dude was the most broken Madden player of all time.
Still to this day.
Okay, so I know you said something about you wanted to talk about movies. Let's talk about movies real quick.
I still got football.
Star Wars?
I still got... Woo. We'll talk about Star Wars. I think I still have some football. Hold on. We talked in our last podcast, we talked about Lamar Jackson and how we were talking about wanting to improve and stuff, right? So this guy wrote a whole article about why you're wrong about Lamar Jackson not being a good passer.
I'm not saying he's not good.
I know, but you, people, right?
Yeah, I say people are.
So he is there have only been 11 quarterbacks in NFL history to throw 150 passes when they were 21 years or younger. He was one of those 11. He had the best passer rating out of all 11. That list includes Matt Stafford, Alex Smith, Jameis Winston, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, and Drew Bledsoe.
You just named a lot of trash, though.
No, he didn't. Alex Smith is a great start. I'm sorry.
No.
He's a good game-managing quarterback. Has had a long career. Jameis Winston is so-so.
I'm personally
talented.
biased against Alex Smith, so it's fine.
And I agree. But and Drew Bledsoe wasn't terrible.
No, he wasn't terrible. I mean, he led the Patriots to a Super Bowl.
And again, these are young players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the only reason Sam Darnold has the record for being the youngest starting quarterback, but only because he started before Lamar.
Right.
And then...
Well, not only that, but, I don't know.
Let's see, what else was there?
Lamar has got arm strength. He can sit in the pocket. There was that one game I remember because you were doing something. You couldn't watch the game. I think you were with Corinne somewhere. And I was texting you about it. And I was like, oh, man. It was that game he came back against somebody.
Clemson.
Yeah.
It was the Clemson game.
He came all the way back.
Listen, babe, if you ever listen to this, I went to a festival called Starry Nights Festival.
There you go.
I walked around in the rain looking at stupid people's paintings and artworks and candles and shit for 2 hours while Clemson and Louisville played the best college football game that season.
While I was just blowing up your phone.
Oh, my God.
I think every time something crazy happened, I literally just texted you.
I was so sad. I got back and the game was over. I was like, I missed it.
I literally sat there the whole game with my hands on my head like...
and Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson. Anyway.
That was a good game.
Great game, and I missed it because I was in a rainy, cold festival. So sad.
Hey,
so,
but you did it for your wife.
That was 11 quarterbacks. Let's make the sample a little bigger. Of the 45 first-round quarterbacks drafted since Peyton Manning, with at least 150 attempts their rookie year, he posted a higher yards per average and a better passer rating than Andrew Luck, Jared Goff, Sam Bradford, Carson Palmer, Peyton Manning, Carson Wentz, Mitchell Trubisky, and Sam Darnold. He's a good thrower. Not great. He's a good thrower of the football. Combine that with his elite athleticism.
So the main thing against him is not his fault. They keep calling all these quarterback designed runs.
Right.
So it appears that they don't trust him to throw it, but...
I mean, last year
his athleticism in this case is working against him because they know he can get it done with his legs.
And I think it wasn't a case of not necessarily trusting him. It was, we ran one offense in the middle of the season. We flipped to a completely new offense. It's not that they didn't trust him. It's that he's got to work into that shit. Like, he didn't take any reps in the preseason with the starters. His whole offseason, he didn't take any reps with the starters. And then the next week, he's taking reps with the starters against starting defenses. So I don't blame them for doing what he's comfortable
hurt,
with.
Right?
He got hurt, and then
and
Lamar
then
never took it back.
Oh, snap. I realized.
Yeah. So anyway, I know we talked about him last podcast. I just really love the guy.
I love Lamar Jackson. I love these guys that transcend your typical
quarterback.
Yeah, they're not just quarterback, like typecast quarterback.
Yes. So
like for every guy that can move, you got one Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick type guys.
Just break
and they can uncork it.
Yeah.
You can throw 60 yards on a dot, and you're like, oh shit!
And it's really cool. So before we go to movies, Merrill Hodge, he's a analyst. Wow, I can't talk.
Analysis?
Yeah, he's an
analyst.
Thank you. He wrote a book. Okay, he was on The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Go ahead and listen to it.
Merrill Hodge.
Yeah. He said there isn't a CTE problem in the NFL, and it's just a made-up story to destroy it.
All right, never mind. I don't like Merrill Hodge.
So he wrote a book, and I can't remember the interview because it was 2 weeks ago now. But mainly, he kept saying he comes with all these facts and knowledge, and he's like, CTE isn't a thing. He was talking about how he's gone to doctors and he's gone to medical professionals and he's asked them these questions and they can't find proof of this stuff being real. And
has there been any studies? Extensive?
And he's paid for private studies himself through real ass doctors. I didn't read the book. I'm just listening to his.
So they're saying CTE. They're trying to take football down.
Yeah, I will make I'll find his interview with them and I'll link it in the description if you want to watch it. But he went on for like 11, 12 minutes about how CTE isn't real, and I'm just like, maybe I just should read his book because he's really adamant that this isn't the problem. It's somebody trying to destroy the NFL.
But what about the people that say they have it?
They're making it up, according to him.
Oh,
so yeah, he's saying that the people saying they have CTE are making it up.
I don't know, man. Maybe, but like
Brett Favre has come out and said he's had brain issues. Rob Gronkowski has said that he had brain issues. Just last week, he said it. He plays brain games to stay sharp.
Yeah, but like. Are you sure it's that and not all the partying that he's doing?
It could also be that he was a bag of hammers to begin with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't exactly the smartest dude.
That's like nail on the head.
Well, hammers, nail.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be here all week. So, let's talk about movies real quick before we go. It's getting kind of late. I know we've been keeping you guys for a while now. But anyway, so movies. A couple things. Spider-Man is no longer part of the MCU.
Makes me sad.
It's really sad, and
I don't trust Sony.
Not at all. You shouldn't, because they're going to kill Uncle Ben again.
You think so?
Yeah, why? How are they going to continue it?
I just like it doesn't make any sense. So what needs to happen is Disney just needs to do what they do best
And buy it.
just buy Sony.
It's a monopoly at that point.
So let's be honest. They what I want them to do. I want them to buy all the superheroes, and then we can have Marvel versus DC.
But only if they pay enough money to bring Henry Cavill back as Superman.
For sure. And you have to revive Iron Man.
Re-revive?
Whatever.
But with the timey-wimey stuff they got going on, they could do it.
Yeah, all the alternate universes. I still haven't seen the Spider-Man movie. Is it good?
Into the Spider-Verse? Or the new one?
The new one.
I haven't seen it either.
Far From Home?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it either.
But anyway, so that's sad.
Star Wars trailer came out.
Star Wars trailer. So, I'll link it again. I'll link it in this description if you want to watch it. You should watch it. But they tricked me. They didn't say it was a trailer. They said it was like a behind the scenes and like stuff. And so like the first like 30, 45 seconds of the trailer is footage from the old films, like talking and building you up. And then the trailer shows up and I just lose all control of functioning. My brain just turned to mush and I just stared at the TV, drooling on myself. Listen, so in the trailer, a couple of the big things that stand out. C-3PO like sits up out of nowhere. He has red eyes.
Yeah, what's going on?
C-3PO is gonna be bad, I guess.
Darth C-3PO.
He's the mastermind
The whole time.
Yep. Darth Sidious was narrating. So you said it wasn't. It is.
Not him.
It is. That's
Snoke.
fine. It is. It's not.
It's
That's fine.
Snoke.
Listen,
Fine.
We'll talk about it. So Rey in a clip, she's holding a red lightsaber. It looks like it's double bladed, and she pushes a button and it folds out like a bow staff. So that could be a new lightsaber design. I don't think she's going to be bad.
No, I think that's a vision or something.
Correct. I think it's a what could be or something. You know what I mean?
What could have been if she would have turned to the dark side.
Right. And Luke said you immediately went to the dark side. Like when she was training, he was like, "You immediately went dark. How could you?" And I think that's going to be Sidious or somebody or Kylo showing her what she could be if she was in the dark side, how powerful she could be. One of the things I want to talk about was this interesting theory. So Geekdom 101, I'll link this in the description as well. He is a YouTuber. He does mostly Dragon Ball Z stuff, but on his second channel he talks about like wrestling and movies and stuff. And so he had predictions for what he thinks is going to happen in the movie. So he wanted to write this down so that we had predictions, right? So he said they're going to retcon Star Wars in this movie. He says Palpatine created Anakin with the Force, which in the comic books he did. He created Anakin.
I don't like that Palpatine did it. Who came before Palpatine? I used to know this.
Plagueis.
I would think it was Plagueis.
He killed Plagueis.
Yeah. After he created Anakin.
He killed Plagueis. He's the one who Plagueis taught him how to beat death, and he killed Plagueis. He told the story in episode 3.
Or did he?
Anyway.
Maybe that's who Snoke really is.
He killed... Anyway, he created Anakin with the Force for the purpose of eventually transporting his spirit into the perfect body, but then he became Darth Vader and he ruined the body. So he didn't take over Vader's body.
So he needs another body.
Right. So...
Rey.
He knew how to cheat death the entire time and lied to Anakin about working together. He then set up the contingency plan during his reign in case he died to eventually be resurrected into somebody else's body. That's how he comes back. It's not his original body. He transported his spirit into a new body. It's Sidious, just not in the same body.
So Snoke could be Sidious still.
Why? Snoke is dead.
No, he's not! I refuse!
The entire prophecy was a sham, and he played the Jedi like puppets to believe it, and trained Anakin for him. Now the last Skywalker is Kylo Ren, and that's the body he desires. Pause. Remember these tweets. He said, of course, once Kylo realizes that the First Order and Snoke were just part of Palpatine's plan to take over his body, he's not going to like being used, and that's how it ends.
Palpatine come back to the light.
Palpatine has been fiending with the Skywalkers the whole time.
So Palpatine's going to come back to the light.
Kylo's going to come back to the light. Yep.
Please?
I think what's going to happen is... So, based off of what he just said, and I think those are really good predictions, by the way.
That was really good.
Based off of what he just said, here's what I think happens, right? Kylo doesn't like the idea of becoming evil, right? Or becoming
Palpatine.
Palpatine's puppet, right? So, what happens is Palpatine is like, oh, this is another powerful Force user. He takes over Rey's body. Rey becomes the bad guy versus Kylo Ren to end the movie. Kylo wins.
He better win.
Well, obviously.
You better put the helmet back on.
Keep that shit on, too.
Don't take it off. I like you, Adam Driver, but god damn it.
I don't like him.
You're hard to look at.
How did he close the mask with his big-ass nose, dog?
Probably why he sounds like that, because he can't really talk.
I am so excited for this movie, and I don't think I'm going to watch another trailer. I think that'll be the last trailer
I wasn't
going
to watch it, and then you sent it to me, and I was like, that's right. It's on my phone. Now I have to
My bad. So I'm going to try to do my best to not watch
Alright,
it.
well, this is it. I said I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I want to talk about it.
Oh, God.
The Joker movie.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Oh, my God.
So
Joaquin Phoenix, whatever you say it. I never say it right.
Joaquin,
whatever. Joakim. Says...
you don't want him to play the Joker, dog. His hair.
He didn't base his off of anybody.
He just took his own spin. That's what he should do.
Did you see the new trailer?
Yeah, I did. I watched it today, actually.
That scene with him and the kid on the bus?
What about it?
I like it.
Why?
Just because it's showing you that he was a normal person once.
So what comic is this from? I remember reading this. It is.
The Killing Joke, kinda.
Right? Because the Killing Joke gave you Joker backstory, right?
He used to be a comedian, sucked. He sucked as a comedian. Right. And then...
Can we talk about how I don't like that
he donned the red hood. That failed. He fell into the vat. That's pretty much kind of like Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Sure.
Kind of.
I don't like that they're giving Joker an actual origin story.
I hate it.
Because Joker is just supposed to be the thing to counter Batman.
The thing about the Joker that you like so much is he doesn't have one. And he could be anybody. He could be Joe Cool.
Do you remember a couple years ago when the New 52 started, Batman, there's a celestial or something that could give you all-knowing knowledge. Okay?
Yeah.
Batman sat on this throne and could have anything he wanted answered. He asked who the Joker was. There's 3 variations or something that came up, and basically they just come from they're just things. I don't remember the exact quote, but it was he couldn't believe it that he's been messing with 3 Jokers the entire time.
It would explain. It kind of explains why they're different.
Right, they behave differently and stuff. So I don't necessarily like that they're giving him an origin story. I might watch it.
I'm watching that in theaters.
Well, I don't know if it's a theater movie for me.
If we could free you up, me, you, and Jordan gotta go see that movie.
I'll watch it, man. But I don't know. The trailer was interesting. I like where they're coming from.
I like the slow dissension and the madness. I love that.
Yes.
Because it literally looks like he's got everything, and it's slowly going to be taken away from him.
Until eventually he's just a crazy
Snaps.
person. Which is fine. I think it's gonna be a good movie.
But the main thing I don't like about this whole idea is that it's literally going to be its own thing. It's not going to be a part of anything else.
Speaking of its own thing, Tom Holland was supposed to appear in Venom.
I heard that. And he actually filmed some scenes.
Yeah, and the Marvel made him cut it.
Good.
No.
Yeah. Because you didn't know what Venom was going to be. So why tie it in right now? Why leave it open? Leave it open-ended like he did, and then you can introduce Spider-Man later.
They got him back, dog. The next one's going to be Spider-Man and Venom versus Carnage, bro.
I know, and it's going to be terrible.
Why? You liked Venom.
I like it. I'm not saying that, but it's also Sony.
Yeah, I know.
You remember Spider-Man 3? Do you remember Spider-Man 3? Do you remember Spider-Man 3?
No. I blocked that movie.
That Topher Grace as Venom makes me so angry.
The worst casting of all time, bro. When I first saw him put on the Venom suit and it was skinny, weird little monkey.
What is
Venom.
Eric Foreman doing?
Right?
Getting covered in tar right now.
So they had so many villains and
that Sandman, but Sandman was a misunderstood.
Yeah,
he didn't want to be a bad guy because he killed Uncle Ben. Way to try to tie that crap
all
in.
the way. Ugh,
so stupid. That whole movie was convoluted and stupid. But
that whole movie was terrible.
That's what. And then when they tried to reboot it, that didn't make any sense. All Andrew Garfield did was spend time crying. He cried so many times in that movie.
What? It was sad. His girlfriend died because
anybody with a brain knew that as soon as she said her name was Gwen Stacy, knew she was gonna die.
So
why did you get sad?
I didn't.
I knew as soon as she started falling, she's gonna die.
But I don't get sad.
You do. I saw it.
When?
That one time we were watching Naruto.
Hey! That is between you and me.
You don't bring up Naruto.
Listen, it was about his mom. It got me. Leave me alone.
No, it was 100%. I cried. But I'm a bitch.
And then Itachi.
Don't. Don't.
Both times.
Itachi, when he started talking to Sasuke.
Hey, bro, at the end, when he's turned into a ghost and he says, "I'll always love you."
Oh!
And then at the end, when I'm spoiling Naruto.
No matter what you do, no matter what decision you make from here on out, I'll always love you. And I was like, huh!
And then Naruto at the end of the series, he's just saved the world. His dad is turning back into a ghost, and he's like, he ties it together because he talks to his mom, and his mom's like, "Listen, Naruto, the only thing we want you to do is we want you to grow up. We want you to be a good ninja, study, eat healthy, take a bath, meet a nice girl." And then at the end, so he did this like hundreds of episodes before he met his mom. And then at the end of the series, he gets to meet his dad. His dad helps him fight. His dad's going back to die, and he said, "Don't worry, Dad. I'm gonna grow up. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna meet a nice girl who reminds me of my mom." And he's crying and talking to his dad on his fucking birthday. Bro, I was watching it at work. I had to pause the phone and I had to go walk some laps because I was about to cry.
Yeah.
I was feeling that, man. Anyway, none of the last 3 minutes matter to any of y'all. You're not going to care about any of the Naruto stuff. But next week when we come back, football season starts. Week 1, or Thursday night, I think is Bears Green Bay open up. Notre Dame plays on Monday, so we'll talk about college football a little bit too. But
so next Saturday, where we can talk about how you think the Bears look.
They're gonna look like champions.
Yeah, and because I know you think I'm lying about.
I definitely think you're fucking.
No, I think the Bears. Literally, if they score two touchdowns in that game, they win.
Yeah,
and if Cody Parkey could hit anything besides the crossbar,